Hello, this is Alechius, and welcome back to another episode of Ultimate Admiral Dreadnoughts as the French, continuing our assaults on both the Austro-Hungarian Empire and the Japanese Empire. We've started two invasions, a huge one on the island of Kyushu, being one of the home islands that's going to require a lot of tonnage. And the other one being in the Middle East in Palestine. Oh, Austrian leader removed. Oh, we get to fight one of the modern Austrian battleships with a fleet of our own destroyers. So that'd be interesting. And they have open fire. Sitting at 5.6 kilometers. Close to within 5. I'm going to say 4, but we're not technically there. Now we're within 4. Using evasive action as much as we can. Torpedoes are 12 kilometer. Are these not high-speed ones? 45 knot torpedo seems not fast. There's our first hit. No, I did not. I did not turn them off. It's fine. Catapult will now turn away. Gepard will close in. I think at this point we'll go ahead and detach all of them. Gepard will swap sides. And next we have Bussier, which will head to port side of the enemy. Then we have Rochefort, which will head straight in. And Mamluk, starboard, and Rapier to port. Back to Gepard. Alright, we're turning them into an angle. I might go ahead and launch for Bussier first, as the Albert is turning towards us for a good firing solution, thanks to the efforts of the Gepard. There they go. And now we're ready for Gepard to do her launch. Ooh, that's nerve-wracking. 3 torpedoes hit. Excellent firing solution there. Oh yeah, 4 hit. Flash fire. Cooking off secondaries from the looks of it. Or were those mains? Go ahead and put a 5-degree left rudder. There's our launch. Turn away. Ammo detonation. Let's turn the Rapier. Mamluk did her job. I feel like we have... No, the Mamluk still has torpedoes. That's what I thought. I think she's done. Yep, Albert down to heavy flooding. First launch was useless, but you get them to start turning and it takes so long for the rudder to turn back the other way that you've set up an excellent solution with a second destroyer, which we did with the Gepard and the what was the Bussier? No, it's probably not Gepard. It's probably more like Guipard. But I'm not going to apologize for not knowing French. I try where I can. Not going to apologize for not knowing any of these languages for proper pronunciation, but I try. Ooh. That I don't think will go well for them. Couple of our republics against That might be a newer one, not the ones that light up at the drop of a hat. This evening? Sun is in the west. Yes, this is evening. Enemy spotted to the north in this direction. The heavy cruiser does not need to screen. It should be following. Light cruiser should be scouting. And the destroyers should be screening. Leave the torpedoes on this time. No sneaking by us now that we have direction finders. I mean, in real life, direction finding wouldn't work. Radio direction finding won't work if the enemy goes radio silent. See, it's just telling us they're to the north. We would be going into the wrong direction. Oh yeah. I'd forgotten I had turned those off in the last battle. It is a light cruiser. They might be faster than us. 28. Let's get the cruiser and destroyers to run on ahead. I didn't check the speed of the Austrian cruiser. Well, we did close somewhat. There we go. Spotted. I'm starting to wonder if we were ever going to catch up. Oh, it's one of these kind of stubby ones again. They have torpedoes? Just in case they do. Slight turn to starboard, another slight turn to port, and we'll avoid all of them. That's more of what I was expecting with our torpedoes. 6.3 kilometers, 57 knots. They did launch a torpedo. Making me nervous there. We are in the clear. Are they actually firing at them? They are. Amazing. Only a slight chance to hit. Let's see, we are now at 3.9 kilometers. I reckon they have approximately 3% hit chance overall. And we're getting her to start turning, which is what we want. Select them, we see their armor, their citadel is poorly armored. Interesting design. 2.6. Go back to ours. We could penetrate that easily, actually. I'm going to force armor piercing. We're going to see if we can flood her. Yeah, and our high explosive isn't going to get through that armor. It's highly angled too, so the extra damage will be useful. Oh, hello. Not sure that was a wise decision. Turn the torpedoes off for the moment. Flooding. There we go. That's what we were looking for. Back aft. That'll hurt our steering gear and set up for further. And now she's steering. This is where we do a hard turn, pop smoke, and set the other torpedo launcher to go. Then we free up our destroyers to head in. It is a heavy cruiser. We could split the destroyers up like we did the last battle. D will go starboard. EP will go port. The Horter will head straight in. Alright, looks like she's shifting targets, so I'm going to pop smoke on the Acti. Wow, multiple flooding hits. Taking advantage of the situation. EP, let's angle you in a little bit more. The Horder is going to need to turn to starboard. There we go, 2 launches. EP's next. There was a hit in there. One of the torpedoes managed. See how she's turning to port because she was avoiding these. Now we have these ones coming in. I think she's going to be done with gunfire though. Both torpedoes good. Up forward, that'll cause a lot of flooding up here. Looks like she's still going to port. So the Horder is going to turn and launch from under, well, I think she might be done already, from relatively close. Launchers do need to turn around. There they go. Pop smoke. Full salvo, the Brecken goes down. Light forces save the day again. Alright, we lost transports Northeast Asia, South Pacific, East Asia, North Oceania. And make sure we just took Lebanon. Props to the French army. Launching from an assault from an enclave and freshly taken territory. Not the best tonnage available over here. What's this look like? They've got 29,000. We've got 6. How's this one looking? No progress, not surprised. Army's crazy. Checking on our forces. They appear to be okay. Our battleships and destroyers need a little time for their repairs. Coming back over to the Pacific. We're throwing everything at Kyushu. Well, not quite the kitchen sink. I think we're probably going to have to get our battle cruisers over there as well. But for now, they're fine where they are. No, I do not want to go into port. Just north of there. This battlecruiser group will go to where they are now. And the heavy cruisers will seek to intercept. And we'll see how that works out. All the others are headed where they need to go. Hate leaving these raiders out there sinking our transports, but the invasion of Kyushu is a big deal. Down to 154,000 or 154% of our necessary transport fleet. That leaves us still at 100% army logistics. Partly because we have fleets in every ocean right now. Which that plays into the army logistics as much as the transports do. Multiple submarine attacks. Got a meeting engagement. I'm guessing in the South Pacific. Submarines attack our fleet. Sunk. One of our destroyers took a little damage. Over here, and this is why we started equipping depth charges and good ASW. It's why you escort your capital ships. Sunk one with medium damage. Clash of fleets. Outstanding. 13.7, 4x2. I think those are the older ones that tend to light up easy. But we're down to 2 St. Louis's to take them on with. Alright, let's get organized. Heavy cruisers following behind, not screening. The light cruisers. Let's have them scouting. These destroyers will be screening, as will these. There we go. opening up at 21 kilometers. I do like the look of these ones. They may not be good, but I like the look of them. Let's drop down in speed. And turn to starboard, I think. We'll stay at range. Well, looks like a good choice. We will be matching directions. 2 hits. Partial penetration to main belt and main deck. Are they turning away? Well, no, we're not going to have any of that. Alright, turn towards. Since apparently they don't want us to hang around. But not like the treatment they are receiving. Actually, should we split up our fire? I know there is a screen mode. I will worry about it later. Those 13.7s do sound kind of throaty. I like them. What were you aiming at? At this point, we're at Battle ASMR. Alright, series of hits there. I don't think we've identified these ships yet. So we can't check exactly what hit. Oh yeah, Saw those shells come in and hit that secondary tower. Alright, our screens appear to be closing. Where are our scouts? No, the screens are just off to the side. It's kind of a delightful formation. Battleships are trying to run. We may want to consider re-engaging the light forces. And turning to starboard, they are at 7 kilometers. And that a turn to starboard will allow our secondaries to open up freely. And yeah, the hailfire, we're seeing pop-ups of damage, partial pens, full penetrations, over penetrations. Massive flooding on one of those cruisers, apparent cruisers. This one's getting lit up. 46, 47, 48, 49, 50, and sunk due to extensive fire. Gee, I can't imagine why. Every ship in the fleet firing HE at them. There's the next target. Extensive fire. There's the next one, already up at 40. See, we're down to 5 kilometers. We're going to keep turning to starboard. Throw off any torpedo solutions they may have had. And these are all the heavy cruisers, apparently. Imagine from their perspective, it looks pretty bad. As the light forces close in to launch torpedoes, we see another salvo coming in. Kind of the bridge view, elevated slightly. Graz is having a very bad day. Graz holding it together though. They're fighting the ship, reducing flooding, regaining some compartments. That torpedoes we're spotting? It sure is. And you know what? I should be turning on the torpedo avoidance, since I'm taking a less active part in this battle. What is that even aiming at? Oh, the light cruisers. You know what? Let's go ahead and make our turn. Get them out of harm's way. We're doing amazingly well. We do not need to threaten our light forces. Virbis Unitas being rather slowed by flooding. Go ahead and turn the St. Louis towards the further battleship, which is beating feet, trying to get out of here. Ladislaus. Turn off torpedoes, please. All torpedoes are off. We'll now set the light cruisers to follow and get everybody into a line ahead formation. There we go. Yep, flash fire. Let's see it from here. Pull up the view. A little bit late. Yeah, it looks like it was a flash fire in the main gun battery. Alright, that is right to left torpedo tracking. Go ahead and put in a hard to port. Constant bearing, decreasing range. And now port to starboard. We are clear. Auto is still afloat, flooding in the engine room. And done for extensive fire. Remaining two ships are at 10 kilometers for the cruiser, 12.5 for the Ladislaus. Spalato is the cruiser. partial pen on the St. Louis just as we pulled away. Try to put that at masthead height for the camera. In fact, let's turn on the heat and get the battleships up to full speed. Looks like we found the range to the Spalato. Fire is coming in much more accurately now. Flooding, let's pull up the damage display. Main belt flooding. Fire on the fantail from what we saw. Over penetration in the main deck. Main belt over penetration. May not have exploded inside the ship. That does a lot of damage going all the way through. Especially when it is back to back to back hits. That is a lot of fire. Even the 2-inch getting in there. And sunk due to extensive fire, but we had opened up the front there with the 14-inch. Let's plot an intercept course, since they are going port to starboard. Alright, heavy cruiser getting an aft deck over penetration. There we go. Main deck penetration. Reversed view of the Ladislaus. Looks like we took out the X turret. Flooding up forward with some over penetrations. Oh, jeez. Ammo explosion? Oh, that was a flash fire. Oh, that didn't take long. Damage received. Two ammo detonations. Okay. So, yeah. Far fewer hits. 466 shells fired at them, 37 hit. Damage dealt wise. Actually, is the damage received more interesting? 14-inch did most of the work against the battleships, as to be expected. Not as clear with the heavy cruisers. 14-inch definitely doing more, with the 10-inch acquitting itself very well. 5-inch for the Lucen. We do have a large number of 5-inch guns though. If we go back up to the Lucen, we can see 47 hits. Compared to the Auto, where it was 54 hits and a lot more damage. But we had a good angle on the Auto. Well, that cleans up another fleet. I'll make a point at looking at what's left of the Austrian Navy. Another very good battle for us. Wow. Way to go, Italy. Drive through that. Eastern Mediterranean, we were waiting for that because they do have subs out there. Sea of Japan. Italy wants to be our friend. Soviet Union wants to be our friend. Philippines cancel with Austria. Seems wise, considering we're right across the island. No progress out of Kosovo. No progress out of Lebanon. How many months? We've got 3 more months on Lebanon. We've got 7 more months on Kyushu. Now that we have enough tonnage, thanks to the arrival of another one of our fleets. Leave the battlecruisers there. Send these battlecruisers to intercept this battleship. And our triplet of cruisers. Ooh. Not a good idea to be going after this fleet. But we'll split up to do it. How is the fleet looking? Ammo-wise, we've got plenty. Some minor damage. Looks like the Harpoon took a hit. So I'm going to send them back. Tunis. Looks like everybody is good to go with the exception of the Franciscae, which makes sense. The Franciscae took a lot of damage. Financially, 154% on the transports, which is good. If we head over to politics, things we are looking for. The Japanese have 2 battleships, 1 battle cruiser, 3 heavy cruisers, 4 light cruisers, 4 destroyers. We know where the 2 battleships are. They're out in the Pacific. The battle cruiser, probably know where that is. Can't imagine they can hide much from us at this point. Oh, the battle cruiser's out here. Yeah, that fleet. So sole battleship, and then the battlecruiser with a light fleet with them. Going forward with the Japan, it'll be hunting the fleets while we keep a humongous invasion fleet off of Kyushu to hopefully take that. Meanwhile, in the Mediterranean, the Austrians are down to 2 heavy cruisers and that single sub that we see over here. Wow. Yeah, not a good day for them. I'm sure they have all of the regrets. In fact, should we seek to pop an invasion into Albania? Oh yeah, that takes no tonnage, and we're there anyways. So I think we're done with Austria. We'll leave the modern fleet here. Once the invasion of Lebanon is done, we'll pull this fleet off and send them to go help with the Japanese. Do we have any further? Yeah, we could be in a war with the Chinese. That's the only war on the horizon that we're looking at, and we are already positioned well for that. So I think we are doing very well. Appreciate you staying till the end. Hope you enjoyed as much as I did. Please leave a comment, let me know what you think, and I will see you all next time. Take care, everyone.